These are the top 5 most nerve-wracking fights in UFC history. Number 5, I have Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. This is a fight where nobody knew what was going to happen. It was 2 of the 5 best fighters in the world, and every Charles Oliveira fight is super intense. Number 4, I have Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya 2. This fight was the definition of intensity. Pereira was coming out with a knockout win over Adesanya. A lot of people were calling it a fluke. Both these guys were talking a big game, and you just knew somebody was getting knocked out in this fight. Number 3, I have Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou 2. This is another one of those fights where you just knew somebody was getting knocked out, and every single Francis Ngannou fight is just terrifying because you know something crazy could happen at any moment. Number 2 is Daniel Cormier versus John Jones 2. This may be the highest level fight in the history of the UFC. And to go along with it, these guys had a generational beef. This one I was terrified for. Number 1 is pretty obvious. The most nerve-wracking fight in UFC history, it's not even close, was Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. If you weren't trembling going into this fight, you can't even call yourself a UFC fan. I don't think there will be another fight in the history of the UFC that matches the level of hype that we had for this fight.